Welcome to the Nifty Chicks, and in this NF Tuesday with a twist, we'll cover the latest developments, OpenSea's crucial shifts in creator fees and royalty rules, the ongoing clash between Bored Ape Yacht Club and OpenSea, a groundbreaking federal judge ruling on AI-generated art copyrights, the surprising closure of NFT platform 𝐦𝐤𝐤 despite a $50 million raise, and the launch of Friend.Tech. Get the insider scoop on these dynamic NFT shifts. Let's do this. All right. We have lots to cover and so good to be with you. This is fun to be back. I was traveling for a bit. So
I am so happy to have you back, even though I'm leaving in,
I know.
just a few, week and a half or so.
I know. Sorry, guys. You got a bunch of travel bugs that are also NFT fanatics.
It is funny. I feel like we are kind of like two ships passing in the night at all times, because it's like I came back from a trip and then like a couple weeks later you left for a long time and now you're back for a couple, or you're back and then I'm
leaving.
So, oh well.
Okay. Exactly. We make it work.
Yes, we sure do. We do our best. So I'm excited to be back recording because I feel like it's always better when we're together.
Totally agree. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, we would love to hear what you guys think. Do you like it better when we're together and we do the news and we kind of get like that vibe off of each other?
Yeah. I'm just going to answer for you, and it is better in person. Just saying.
We think so. So should I go ahead and? Oh, what's going on? I can't find my cursor. I'm just gonna go ahead and share my screen with you all.
Right.
There we go. So this has been a controversy for a while. I know we've talked about this. I feel like it was months and months ago, and then it kind of simmered down, and now
the whole market simmered down. So there's that.
But now OpenSea just announced starting August 31st, I believe, is the official date that it will start
the new changes.
They're doing away with creator fees. Basically what they're doing is saying that if you want to pay a creator royalty, you're basically like tipping them,
and it's optional. But you can
totally optional.
But it is optional, which is the biggest change. Before it was built in, and all the creators get royalty fees every single time that NFT trades hands, and now it's going to be optional. So it's we were not a fan of it when we heard of this news. I want to say like 8 months ago, and still not a fan of it. I am not. I can't speak for you, but still not a fan of it. I just feel like one of the reasons why this space is so special is because it gives back to the creators and gives dues where dues are owed. And so without that and optional, who's going to choose that? Unfortunately, I don't see a big opportunity for people to select that. Why would they?
Why would you? I would imagine it's an extra step. You probably have to go click something, decide what you're going to give them. It's definitely one thing, like if you're at a restaurant and a server does a good job, or, your house cleaner does a good job and you want to give them a tip. Totally different when you're online on your computer. You don't know that. You don't know that creator. You don't know their struggles there. Okay, great. They, hopefully they made money when they launched the collection, hopefully, but that's not always the case. And that's not always, they're not able to sustain themselves,
Right.
So I don't know. I'm definitely not a fan.
Yeah. I think if you're going to be purchasing NFTs, especially on OpenSea after August 31st, so September 1st, I can't tell you what to do, but do the right thing and click that button. If I'm not exactly sure what the technology is going to be, but click that button and give back to the creators. That's if you can, why not?
So this has sparked a debate with the Bored Ape Yacht Club,
Of course.
They're not happy over what OpenSea is doing, which I would imagine that most creators and NFT projects are not happy with it. But Yuga Labs, we've talked about, obviously, I feel like we talk about Bored Apes all the freaking time.
We do.
But they are going to block the ability to trade its newer NFTs on OpenSea. And it says they're going to do that by February 2024. So there are some things about this change that I think if you have, it's called if you're using the operator filter, which I don't even know what that is. But if you're using that, you will still be able to get creator fees until February, the end of February 2024. So I think that's why, they're saying that they're going to block in February. But yeah, they are not happy about this. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to OpenSea. I mean, I can't imagine that they're going to go under, but I would also think that we would see more people move away to other trading or marketplaces.
I think one of the frustrating things for me is like the whole NFT market has obviously sustained a drop, right? And there's very little reason, I think, right now for a lot of people to be jumping into this space. And this is literally making it worse and harder for people who are thinking of creating their own NFT collection. Like, without this, why would someone start something? I don't know.
Right.
It's discouraging. It's like, not only is the market discouraging, but then for these types of changes, it's also discouraging. So we'll see. I don't know what it's going to do.
Yeah, it does. It definitely feels like things are lining up to kill the NFT industry. And in fact, this next one is kind of the same thing. AI, so there was a ruling that AI generated art can't be copyrighted. So, there's a few different things about this that stand out to me. And one of them is that, this Judge 𝐥𝐤𝐤, acknowledged that humanity is approaching new frontiers in copyright, where artists will use AI as a tool to create new work. She went on to say that this would create challenging questions regarding how much human input is necessary to copyright AI-created art, noting that AI models are often trained on pre-existing work, right? It's like building blocks. So it's going to be very interesting, I think, to see what is considered, like, if you create something in AI and then you, as a human, make adjustments, do something to that art to make it your own, is that still not copyrightable because you have physically done something to adjust it and change it? It's not just based on a computer programmer software.
Interesting.
And there's so many things going on about this. Like, there's been an uproar in Hollywood because of AI, and the actors are afraid that they're going to get like replaced, which,
actors, but like the script writers, eventually, why do you need a script writer? You can just have AI
write the whole thing.
Very interesting.
We really do live in interesting times.
It's a lot of like kind of massive changes colliding with one another,
right?
Interesting.
So then I am not familiar with Recur. I have not used Recur. How about you?
I have not.
No. Okay, well, so I do have to say that it kind of made me laugh. So the NFT platform Recur shuts down despite a $50 million raise, and they, I guess, had some big backers. The thing that's weird to me is that they have big names on there. So they have Hello Kitty, Nickelodeon. It's like, it's weird to me that they're shutting down, but basically they're saying unforeseen difficulties and changes in the commercial environment is the motivating factor behind discontinuation of its platform. And yes, we have automatic lights that just turned on. I forgot they turn on at a certain time. So if our lighting just changed, that's why. Yeah. So what's really funny is their Twitter profile username is recur forever.
Eeks.
It was cracking me up when I was looking at their Twitter earlier.
That's really funny. So I mean, like, again, this is a sign that we talked about this, right? When the market was starting to turn, we said this is a little bit like kind of the internet boom, and only the toughest will survive, the right ones will survive.
Mm-hmm.
We're still here. What does that mean, right? Like, only the people who are like really in it to win it are going to like maintain throughout this big kind of bear market. And well, you know, I'm not surprised. This is just another one of those that are leaving, and it's unfortunate, but I do think there's some good that will come out of it, and we'll shake out all those that couldn't sustain for whatever reason. And we'll rebuild with the biggest, brightest, and best.
It's definitely interesting. In fact, so we've got some big names that have agreed to come on the show. Unfortunately, it hasn't happened yet, primarily just due to scheduling and that sort of thing. But, you know, some of them that I'm talking to right now are saying like, hey, I want to hold off on recording with you guys because next month we think we've got like a big partnership, or we've got big news, and they want it to coincide with the launch of the podcast.
Makes sense.
So there are definitely people that are out there still building behind the scenes, and hopefully we'll be bringing, that to you guys, in the next couple months with some breaking news of projects that we've talked about, or been talking about since we started the show.
That's right.
Yeah. So NFTs aren't dead yet.
No.
Okay. So have you heard about this Friend.Tech?
I have not.
Okay. So I don't really know very much about it, but I know that everybody's been talking about it. So apparently this thing called Friend.Tech launched, or it was started to be available on Thursday. So last Thursday, just 4 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's a decentralized platform that calls itself the marketplace for your friends. It was an invite-only beta test, which I ended up getting a code for. So it's kind of funny. I mean, I like to be, in on things early.
Yeah.
And so I was like, ooh, I had a friend that got a code, and I was like, ooh, if I can get one of those, that'd be great. So you have to do everything on your phone, but it's super annoying. Want to know why?
Okay.
So there's no app.
Okay.
So you have to go to a browser, do whatever. I don't remember exactly. You have to go to your browser, add it to your home screen, connect your Twitter account, which I am not a huge fan of having to connect a social to get access to something. It's just, I prefer to keep my stuff separate.
Yep.
I'm fine with putting my email in there and confirming it that way. But when you make me sign into my Twitter or Facebook or whatever, it just right there is a turnoff for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I did actually do it. I connected with my Twitter, and then I got to the next thing, and it was, you had to add ETH to it's called the base network.
Okay.
But what really got me was I was gonna still do it. I actually went to my MetaMask. It was just real janky. The way they're I don't know, it just didn't look right to me. And it showed my MetaMask account and then something else, and I can't remember what name it said. But it freaked me out. I was like, I don't feel good about this. So I
wow.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
This is good for you to share though, because there's so many fads and so many people who are like, oh my gosh, you got to get in on this. You got to get in. You got to trust your gut instinct. If something seems off, it's like, it's not making sense. Maybe it's not, a fluid process, not easy, user-friendly. I don't know, gives you some inkling. Just do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Well, and
you never know.
I'm looking at this, news from CoinDesk. It says it has driven 4,400 ETH. So that's 8 million in trading volume in less than 24 hours. So it's like, why?
Yeah.
What, like, who is doing this? I don't know. This space is just, for me right now, it's just, there's too many sketchy things that are happening.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it didn't feel good.
Smart.
Yeah. So I didn't do it.
I applaud you for that.
I would love to hear from anybody listening to this if you got on and what you think of it. I guess I just really am not understanding the why here.
Tell us.
Yeah, I would love to hear. So that's all we have for the news for today. I'm really glad that we're back together recording again. We'll have this week and hopefully next week. Mm-hmm. And then I'm gone. But we're planning, we'll see how it goes. We're planning on doing what we can while I'm traveling. And then we'll have some interviews coming to you guys soon in case you like those better than you like the news.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah. So that being said, I just want to make sure that wherever you are listening, whether it be if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and click that bell. If you're listening on your podcast player, please, subscribe and, maybe give us a review if you like it.
Awesome. And as always, thank you so much for listening to the Nifty Chicks. Always remember, invest in yourself because you are worth it. Please listen carefully to the following disclaimer. Neither the host nor the guests of the Nifty Chicks podcast are acting in the capacity of financial advisors. We wish to remain transparent and impartial to the NFT community at all times, and therefore, the content provided by the Nifty Chicks hosts and guests are intended for general information purposes only. Nothing written or discussed by the Nifty Chicks hosts and guests should be construed or relied upon as investment, financial, legal, regulatory, accounting, tax, or similar advice. Nothing should be interpreted as a solicitation to invest in any cryptocurrency or NFT, and nothing herein should be construed as a recommendation to engage in any investment strategy or transaction. Please be advised that it is in your own best interest to consult with investment, legal, tax, or similar professionals regarding any specific situation and any prospective transaction decisions. You must do your own research when considering investing in cryptocurrencies or NFTs. We are simply sharing our journey with you as we learn more about the world of NFTs. Happy minting. Please listen carefully to